Hello and welcome to the new
And
Improved.
podcast. Yes, unfortunately, we're no longer the Penthouse Podcast. We are now the BOS Penthouse Experience. Orlando, tell the listeners why we had to change our name.
copyright issues with another podcast. It's not even really a podcast. They just took over the name.
Yeah, so go on YouTube, search up the Penthouse Podcast, and you will see a channel with the Martini profile pic. I want you guys to go dislike all his videos, tell him he needs to go fuck himself, and that's it. Yeah, just go leave some hate comments. I want to see the N-words everywhere. I'm just kidding. Don't do that, please. Anyway, I'm your host, True Legend, aka DVM. I'm here with my co-host, Orlando,
Hey, how's it going?
Steven.
Hey, what's up, man?
All right, since now we're bullying another YouTuber, Orlando, let's talk about our experience of being bullied, or Steven, if you have an experience of being bullied or bullying someone, or fights.
Man, right to it, huh?
Right to it.
Right to it.
Content.
I like that. All right.
Do you want to go first, Orlando? Or?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right.
Okay, so this can go back to I was in 5th grade. And me and the group of friends, there was this one weird kid. I'll name drop it. His name is Kenny. And we would always pick on him. He would always do weird shit. Like one time we picked on him to the point where all of us went to the principal's office, and while we were waiting, he just licked his armpit in front of all of us. Like, how did you not expect us to bully you, dude? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
So what'd you guys do? You guys like beat him up, spit on him, stop, and piss on him or something?
It never got physical per se.
Right.
But we were just verbally degrading him, and then me and like 5 other people would just go around him and just talk shit to him. So yeah. Crazy thing is this kid's like 6'3" now. I think he works at Walmart. But I never want to see him. Like, I feel like shit, dude. That was
In
garbage.
other words, everybody go to Walmart and go piss off Kenny.
Ask him about his armpits.
Yeah, and how they taste. I bet they tasted nice.
Oh, man. Yeah, but that started off kind of light. However, this kid, we bullied him to the point where he just got homeschooled.
Oh, that's a new one. I've never heard of someone getting bullied that bad.
It was bad. It was like a daily thing. I didn't initiate it, but when my friends gave into it, I was like, oh, yeah, let's do it. Sounds good.
So you were a follower.
I was a follower back then. I'll give you that.
What a piece of shit.
I'm a leader now, bitch.
Are you sure?
Eh.
I'm gonna put you in your place right now. I'm gonna piss on you.
Zip.
Hey, you know what? On the bright side, at least he didn't kill himself.
Or became a school shooter.
Yeah,
He couldn't because he was homeschooled, but
He could have shot.
I mean, he could shut up his mom, his dad, his
I mean,
siblings.
if we're being honest, I don't think like getting rid of bullies is really the solution. I mean, some kids just need to be put in their place. Like,
Oh yeah, I could give you an example of that.
some kids need a good ass whipping from time to time, and if you're not giving them, you're just trying to give them love and hugs and shit. Like, that's how they become school shooters, man.
It reminds me of there was this kid that I used to bully in 3rd grade. I had so much fun doing it. I feel bad, but it was just hilarious just to fucking piss him off. I went to elementary. I'm just gonna name drop Jackson Elementary. I was there for 3rd grade, and there was this kid named Noah. Noah, if you ever listen to this, I'm so sorry, man, but forgive me. But every time we went to recess, there was like this crate full of just bouncy balls, and you can run up, get like a basketball or a bouncy ball, take it to recess and whatnot. And we would go out to the basketball court, and it was me and some other guy. I forgot who he was, but we would take his ball away, and I would run in circles because he's trying to get the ball, and he's always yelling, "Daniel, give me the ball!" And then I would throw it at him, like it would hit him in the face or anything, like just hella piss him off, and he would be crying at the end of recess. Now there was this one time he ran to the ball, and I think I got there before him because I wanted to purposely piss him off. And I took the ball, and I hear him in the line behind me. He's like, "Give me the ball! Give me the ball!" I swear, man, that guy could have been a school shooter after that, man. He really could have. I think there was something wrong with him.
You guys are terrible. I think I'm the only one here that Denver bullied anybody.
Well, it definitely backfired on me later, 3 years. Yeah, 3 years later, because I got jumped by 6 people in the bathroom, and I had to defend myself, locked in the stall. So I had to like freaking smash their fingers so they couldn't get in.
I'm impressed that you managed to not get your ass kicked.
Oh, but they freaking shook it so much that the door unlocked, and they grabbed my hand, put it right in the door, and just slammed it shut on my arm. Then the next you know, I was laid on the floor, and then some kid walked in. He's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And then I think security came in. They dragged me out. And I was all like holding my arm, all crying. Everyone's looking at me. It was embarrassing, man.
What a bitch. No, that's karma. It comes back to you. I had it coming to me. So
These
later
were
on,
gangster kids, man. They were full of shit, man.
who was a gangster kid?
There was like 6 of them. They were the freaking swag kind of kids. Saggy jeans, black shirts. Thought they were their shit.
Oh,
you know?
the delinquents.
Yeah.
Dude, I really just want to pants those fucking people with their like pants all the way down to their fucking asshole. Like,
And then
like, come on, if you're gonna get in a fight and you're having your pants down low, you're fucked.
Oh yeah.
Like, what do you think is gonna happen?
I know, especially when Steven walks by. Perfect opportunity for him.
Oh my god.
I had this other kid, freshman year. Me and my friend used to bully the shit out of him, and he happened to be Indian.
Oh, welcome to my store.
Thank you. Come again.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry. It
I'm
was
not the
a
one
joke.
that does the bombings. That's the guy over there.
Shut the hell your mouth. But we used to make fun of him because he was Indian.
I
Guys-
eat curry.
Wait, what?
I eat curry.
You eat curry?
Curry.
I don't get it. I'm sorry. We'll move on. But guys, it's just for jokes. It was just how back then we used to joke around. All the kids used to say the N word. It was just a thing. Now times have changed. You're not allowed to say anything. But
That's why we say it.
this is why we say it.
We're not
And,
racist, but
Yeah, we're not racist. We just like making fun of things. But
So I don't get it. Were you calling him that or what?
What?
Were you calling him that or what?
no, we made fun of his, I guess, stereotypical food. We made fun of
Oh.
it coming with burritos, and every time he bit it was just crickets and bugs.
you would tell him that, or he had crickets and bugs.
Like, was
I
it
don't know, he could've-
actually crickets and bugs?
No,
or-
we just
Oh.
made fun of
I
because
mean,
they.
maybe.
I feel like they don't eat bugs.
I don't know what Indian food
They
is.
don't eat cows.
They don't eat cow. They're sacred cow.
You know,
Give me that
it'd be-
fucking beef.
You know, if we ever went to war with India, we should just any prisoners we get, lock them in a room and watch, like, make them watch us slaughter a cow.
Even I wouldn't want to watch that.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, that would be torture to them.
That would be torture.
Here's your 7-Eleven. You're stuck here now.
And we used to call him a flathead because he had like a flathead in the back. So we would always like slap him in the back of the head and what a flathead. Yeah, poor guy,
Look at the
man.
top of his head.
But yeah, poor guy. Anyone else have any experiences?
Well, I could tell you my experiences getting bullied.
Ooh.
What do you mean? What happened?
So let's see. I mean, when I was younger, I started going to school in Clovis, and I wouldn't say I was necessarily bullied there, but I wasn't a bully either. It was like a mixture.
He was the only brown kid in
No.
Clovis.
No, there was like my group of friends, and like I had one friend in the group who was friends with this other group of friends, but my group and his group hated each other, and he was like the middle, and we would always fight and get bullied and bully each other. I don't remember much about that because it was so long ago. The only thing I remember was I got sent to the principal's office once for spitting on a kid's face. I don't remember why. I just walked up to the kid and I was like, "Hey," I don't know his name. I'll say his name was Josh. I don't know his name. I was like, "Hey, Josh," and then just spit on his face.
Ooh.
You
Right
deserved
in,
an ass
right in
whipping,
front.
dude.
No, get this. Right in front of our teacher too. Like I had so many balls in second grade. I don't know what was up with me.
You're lucky you didn't get fucked up, dude.
I know. Well, I had a group of friends. I had backup. It wasn't like an even match if we were to fight, but I mean, second graders don't know how to fight.
But still though, like something like that, like if someone throws something as simple as like a piece of paper on you, that's so bitch to do. Like
Well, you got to remember, like, it was out of nowhere and it was during class time. It wasn't on the playground.
during class time.
And this class had like my group of friends, his group of friends, and then the kid that we were both groups were friends with that was like in the middle. I walked up to one of his friends and I just spit on his face. I don't know why I did it. I just did it.
What was his ethnic background, if I
He
can
was
ask?
white.
Oh, he was white.
But
I thought he was black.
But yeah, I got sent to the office for that. That's the one thing I remember as where it could technically be like bullying, but I guarantee we bullied each other back and forth. It wasn't like an uneven playing field.
Hmm.
And then when I came to Sanger in 3rd grade, I was semi-bullied just because I had allergy issues. Like I didn't really have any friends. I was just like picked on, but not like harassed necessarily.
What do you mean picked on but not
Like-
harassed?
Like it's not like they came looking for me. It's if they saw me, they would harass me for it. It's not like at lunchtime they would purposely come looking for me just to harass me. It was only if I like happened to walk by them. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
It wasn't until 6th grade when I joined band. I used to get bullied at PE all the time for it. People used to call me like a nerd, and they would steal like my lunch and like play monkey in the middle and shit.
Oh man.
Cause I don't. If you guys aren't aware, at Wham's Middle School, the 6th graders have to wait on this field for all the PE instructors to come for like 10 to 15 minutes,
Yeah.
because they're waiting for the 7th and 8th graders to get done with whatever they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So during that time, I always used to get bullied by this group of kids. And I would say like halfway into the semester of the staff being aware it was happening and not doing anything, one day they took my lunch pail and they threw it just right, and they caused my soda in my lunch pail to explode and ruin my lunch, and they broke my lunch pail at the same time. And I don't know if I had just had it at that point, but I walked up to like their main dude, like the main bully, and while he was laughing at me, I just had all this rage. I socked him so hard in the face that I knocked him out cold, gave him a concussion, he had a black eye. Like, he had to go to the hospital. That's how fucking hard I socked him. And I sprained my knuckle.
Oh.
And after, like, the investigation, they determined that it was his fault for antagonizing me, I guess. So I only got suspended for, like, 2 days. But, yeah, I sent a kid to the hospital because I got bullied. I mean, it was nothing crazy. He just had a concussion, so...
That's pretty
I mean,
bad for a child.
So
bro.
you hit him once and he had a black eye and he not give him.
So
a
I
concussion?
basically hit him as hard as I could with my fist. He got a black eye. He was knocked out cold after I hit him, and he had to go to the hospital because he got a concussion from it.
You gotta get a soundboard for
Fucking
this.
terrible.
Sick
But-
kill.
After that incident, no, I never got bullied again, at least in middle school. Like 7th grade, everyone left me alone. 8th grade, everyone left me alone. And then apparently in 9th grade, you're cool for being in the band after that. I don't know what happened, but everyone loves you when you're in the band in high school.
I'm gonna have to disagree. Everyone hated us when I was.
Everyone
in band.
hated you, dude.
Everyone
Everyone
hated band.
loved me. Like, it was like my senior year when I took AP Government. We had like all the student. I don't know what you call them, like that. You know, the people that like work in the office, like
Right.
the student
the
body.
student body and all that. They loved me because I was in band. Like the whole student body loved me just because I was in band. I didn't even know who half these people were.
Band got a bad rep when I was there. Everyone hated.
Really. That's-
Shut the fuck up! Shut up!
I swear everybody loved us when I was there. I don't know what it was. Like, especially my senior year when we did the show Mechanize. Everyone went crazy when we did that show.
Oh, band is so toxic though.
It is. It has its
Everybody's
moments.
literally fucking each other, man. It's disgusting, man.
Dude, it is. It's a fucking cesspool in there. You know how many babies were born out of wedlock there?
Ugh. Especially in the color guard room, man.
The
my
famed color guard
It's
room.
a shame that I freaking was kind of one of them. Oh, I'm so ashamed, man.
It's
Well-
okay. I know other people that were.
Ugh.
I've
Hey.
caught at least 3 people in there. I think I
Jesus.
caught Carlo twice.
No, why'd you name drop him?
No one's gonna know who that is.
Actually, I saw him at Walmart recently.
He's allowed back there again?
Oh yeah, he kept stealing all the fucking.
Yeah, he finally got caught. I forget when, but he got caught. He had to go to court and everything.
It was funny watching him do it though. I enjoyed it.
I got a thrill from that. What do you call that?
A what?
A thrill? Like,
Yeah, when you're stealing. What's that called?
oh, like a
It's a heist.
No, I know what he's talking about. It's like
It's not kleptomania, is it?
no, I can't think of the word, but I know what you're talking about. You just get a like an excitement from doing it, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like ooh.
It's like
I'm
the,
gonna get caught.
well, yeah, it's like when kids have sex while their parents are home. It's like, ooh, we could get caught.
That's not
Same
appealing to
thing.
me. That seems like a nuisance.
Oh well, some people they like the thought of it's risky, and they might get caught.
The
I'm
adrenaline.
pretty sure my
adrenaline
sister's
gets
that
running,
way.
You know. Whoa. Oh man, freaking.
We need to have Sarah on this podcast. We need to interview
No,
her.
she's too woke.
Yeah. Speaking of woke, I have a special guest for our next podcast, Michael Martinez. Yeah, you guys don't know
Michael
him though.
Martinez.
Um,
Is he from band or no?
no, I think in high school he was in tennis.
I don't know him.
Yeah, no, I don't think. you
I don't know why
him.
his name sounds so familiar.
Michael
Mike-
Martinez.
Michael. There's a lot of Michael Martinez.
I know
Well,
a
see,
couple.
I knew
Michael
like 7
Martinezes.
Michaels in school, so
Hmm.
well, it probably wasn't 7, but I knew a lot of Michaels in school.
Yeah. Well,
That name is too common. I knew like 2 Michael Martinezes in my high school years too.
You know, my mom almost named me Michael. That was like her second choice for a name.
Michael Edward Garcia. I like it.
And here's the story of when I was bullied. There
Oh,
was this.
you got bullied.
Yeah. So I got that karma back from that Kenny kid. But there was this one Indian guy in my class? In my English class, and I forgot what we were doing, but anyways, he took one of my books, and it was a book that my aunt bought for me. And he took it away, and he was just teasing me that he took it, and he took it. So I got up, I went to his desk, and I told him, "Give me my book." He said no. And he remained in his seat, which before I probably didn't notice as disrespect, but now I would, like, if I'm speaking to you in a threatening way and you're just sitting down, that's showing me that you're not intimidated. So anyways, I kept on asking him for my book, and he kept on saying no and laughing it off. So I was behind him. I grabbed him by the turban, I slammed him on the floor, and I just started pummeling him.
How is that you getting bullied?
He took my book.
That's
can-
not you getting bullied. That's you being an aggressor because this kid is fucking around with
The
you.
way you describe it, I felt like you grabbed him by the turban, somehow lifted
know.
him, and then slammed him.
No. I grabbed him by the turban, and I just used my force to throw him on the floor from his seat.
Jesus.
Well,
What a
it
badass.
wasn't the
I
first
know.
time. It wasn't.
Dude, he exposed his hair.
I know.
But okay, that wasn't like the first time that he was like giving me shit. He was for like a couple of weeks, so it just kind of built up to the point where he took a book that he shouldn't have taken.
Hmm.
Like,
So what was the end result?
the teacher saw what we were doing, like what he was doing, and she just told me to go back to my seat.
That's a very chill teacher.
After
Well,
you just
her-
broke his face and
I
everything.
know, right?
Here's a name
Just
drop. but-
disrespected his religion.
No, well, she's from Detroit, and I was amazed.
Take him to Detroit.
Detroit.
No,
Ooh.
she was a dykey like lady named her last name was Van Camp.
I could have sworn me and Steven saw a dyke last time.
Where?
Him? Remember his haircut?
Oh,
Well, anyways, apparently she lived like down the street from Eminem when she was in school,
Eminem?
like the
Eminem,
rapper.
like Marshall Mathers. Yes.
Oh wow.
So I liked her, but dude, I'm
The king
surprised
of
I didn't
rap?
get. I'm surprised I didn't get in trouble. She just sent me to my seat, but she saw what was going on and she was cool about it.
She looked at you. She's all back to reality. Oh, there goes No,
Copyright.
we love you, Eminem. Please sponsor us.
Please. Now since we got into a small little topic about music, Orlando, do you want to talk about what we bought at Guitar Center?
Ooh, that wasn't. This was good, but at the same time, it was an impulse.
Orlando's
and
very impulsive.
I'm not
Dude,
impulsive.
that was hilarious. It was so hilarious
Orlando,
how
you are
did it.
beyond impulsive. You just buy things and we're like, okay.
no.
Okay, so Orlando bought a 6-string, right? It's a 6-string bass. guitar?
Yeah. I have to return it and get a 5-string, but I saw this bass and it was at a decent price, and I played it for like 15 seconds of that.
I remember we were gonna meet up at Guitar Center because we were gonna get the headphones, and there you were. You barely started playing, then you stopped, and we started looking around. We bought the headphones. Then we looked at the acoustic guitars.
That was the end of it. When you
Yeah.
wanted to go see those acoustic guitars, I was like, "Fuck! I know I'm gonna get it." Like we didn't get out of the store.
I
Like
know.
we were supposed to leave right after.
Yeah,
getting the
like 5
headphones.
minutes before work and something like that. You had 5 minutes to leave. And then we're looking at it, you're like, I'm gonna go check it out real quick. And I'm like, all right. And I'm over here looking at the guitars. I'm like, I'm kind of interested. And then I go outside. There you are already in the cash, like the register, getting ready to buy it. Like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it. And I was like, already?
See, explain to me what's so bad about it being a 6-string. Like, what's the difference between that and a 5-string that makes it so much worse?
I'm guessing you just don't use a 6-string. It's just kind of there, right?
Yeah. So I'm not creative enough to the point where I'm making my own music, but I cover songs, and none of the bands that I listen to have any 6-string basses in there. So last night when I left here, I was at the house. I was up until like 4 a.m. playing the bass. It was awesome, but I didn't use a 6-string, so it's just kind of in the way, and it's uncomfortable. So yeah, so I need a 5-string or a 4. I don't care if it's a 4, but I need to go exchange it.
You see, I'm pretty stereotypical when it comes to guitars. I didn't realize that you could have more or less than 6 strings, because that's just what they always show in the movies and cartoons and everything.
You can add more, right?
You can have. I've seen 12.
I know. Now I've seen
strings,
12, but I didn't even know they existed until going to Guitar Center.
The 12-string guitars, I don't know how they fucking work. Like they have your regular gauge.
Oh, you see, the Guitar Masters, they just grow a second hand and they're like, fuck it.
No, I think you're supposed to press like the same both of the strings at the same time, but I just don't see how that sounds good. I mean, I'm sure it does. I've just never played it or touched it at all.
I'm still in the process of learning how to do it. Freaking Orlando was freaking laughing at me because, fuck, dude, I felt like my wrist was about to
No,
freaking break.
I wasn't laughing at you. That really takes time. Just practice,
And then
practice, and
fucking,
practice.
I'm over here like,
Hey, Daniel,
my
you know what it
fingers.
is? It's
What?
karma for us laughing at him playing video games.
I
It's still
didn't laugh.
funny.
I didn't laugh at him though. It takes time. Like what got me into playing guitar was like in my sophomore year. My Spanish teacher, he brought a guitar to class, and then he
in
played
the
it
very
for a little
Mexican way you are.
bit. In the very Mexican. Speaking of that, so I asked him if I could come into his classroom during lunch. I wanted to see more of that, and then he played La Bamba, like just the intro and
La Bamba.
La Bamba, and that just blew my mind. And then from that day on, I'm like, I need a guitar. So
What, did you practice with him or?
Yeah, so there was this band coming to Strummers, and it's AFI. I don't know if you guys know them, but my parents gave me the option. My birthday was coming up, and they gave me the option. Do you want to go see the band, or do you want a guitar?
Ooh.
I chose a guitar, but I kind of regret that I didn't see AFI.
since we're talking about strummers, I told you about my experience of first time going to strummers.
What, did you strum that pussy?
I know, man. It was such a bad environment, man. I walked in. I remember walking out feeling like I had fucking HIV or something. Oh, God.
Well, that's probably better than my first experience at Strummers.
You went to go see a K-pop concert, right? Or who
No,
was
that
that?
wasn't at Strummers.
That wasn't Strummers, but I've done that.
Wait, where did you go to, or what did you do in Strummers?
We went to Strummers and we basically just sat down, watched a bunch of people do bad karaoke, and then I told you and Noel, I was like, guys, I'm gonna leave. This is fucking boring. And I left.
Jeez.
And then at like 2 in the fucking morning, Orlando calls me. He's like, hey, could you take me home? I'm fucking drunk.
It wasn't that same night. It was.
I swear it was that same night.
It was a different night. We went to some party for like, it might have been the same night.
Because I didn't pick you up at Strummers. I picked you up off of Blackstone, like by the freeway.
We went to this black guy's house, and he's like he does music. He's a good singer. He had a good voice,
And I was pissed off because you weren't answering my phone call, and I was there in downtown, almost downtown Fresno for like 30 minutes at 2 in the morning. And mind you, this is before we worked security, so I'm not comfortable being in this area at nighttime.
Well, I was chopping it up. I'm sorry.
But, dude, when I went to Strummers, because I was only there to do a concert report for one of my classes, History of Rock.
That sounds like my kind of class.
It's a garbage class.
It's
man.
not what you think it is, Orlando.
It really isn't.
It's like the theory behind music. It's not like, oh, we're going to listen to like,
Black Sabbath.
yeah, it's not like that.
Now I showed you who I watched. It was a Death Tour, right? You already said right off the bat, like they were garbage.
That I don't know why they sent you to that show, but
Well, they didn't send me. I had to find like some
See-
kind of rock band, and that was the only one available. And me and one of my classmates, bought tickets.
I listened to that when you told me the name of the band. I listened to them for like not even a minute, and I was already all like, "This is garbage. This is that's a bad experience to have."
I thought my car was gonna get jacked, dude, because I
See-
parked right there, and I was looking for my classmate, and he texted me I'm at the end of the line, and I'm looking at the line. I'm like, at the end of the line, dude, that thing is fucking long. Are you serious? And I'm walking by, everyone's freaking wearing like punk kind of fucking clothing, spikes on them,
Oh my
spiky hair,
God.
and there I am with just a regular hat and a hoodie. Like I felt so out of place.
Hey,
You
you
looked
know
like
what
you were
though?
gonna rob them.
You know what
No.
though? The bouncer is gonna look at you and be like, "Man, this guy's a fag."
No, but the worst part was that everyone was looking at me. All the guys were like checking me out, and they had that look, like, what we got going on here? Then you got some weird ladies like, and I'm like, dude, I'm a fucking.
You know, it's because
You
you
went to the
stood
show
out.
looking out. You went to the show looking like a virgin.
Yeah, you stood out.
I'm not a virgin.
Neither am I, but I
Well,
wish I was.
But anyway, they played, and
It's okay. You guys get the virgin experience with me.
Well, but dude, that band was horrible, man. They kept saying like "fuck the police." They were spitting on the crowd, dude. They were like spitting on it. Everyone's loving it, like fucking drenched in fucking spit, dude. It was
Fucking
disgusting.
liberals.
That band is garbage. That,
And then the main freaking lead singer was black, and he took off his shirt, took off his pants, and wearing a fucking silver thong, showing his fucking
Oh.
cock and balls.
That's
Like,
almost as bad as who's the band that would just go to concerts with a sock over their dick? Is that Red Hot Chili Peppers?
they were naked.
Oh, they were actually naked.
I think they were naked.
Because I know there's a band that was doing something like that. That's just, I would not want to see that.
That sounds like the drummer from the Kill Tony band.
What the fuck?
Whenever he gets challenged at a drum solo, he goes to the back. He lets whoever wants to challenge him do their thing on his drum set, and then he just comes back with like nothing but a sock on his cock.
Nice.
dude, that place, Strummers, looks like you can get like a sloppy blowjob from just some random chick. Who's gonna
You
take it to
probably
the
can.
alley. It's disgusting, dude. I'm like, ugh.
You take him to the restroom while you have the intermission.
Dude, I went in the restrooms. They were fucking garbage. Oh
Yeah,
my god,
it's a crappy nightclub. It's
it's horrible.
yeah.
Don't go to Strummers.
No, I
Strummers,
disagree. Go to
if you're
Strummers.
listening, please sponsor us. I'm sorry.
No, but that was seriously a terrible show. What I don't like about shows now, they're not all consistent. You were also telling me that there was like this other guy that they were all chanting for, but he's like some trap music guy.
NASCAR.
I don't understand why they're mixing, like, why are you mixing like that, like, rock scene with the
I don't know. He walked out from the restroom area. Everyone's cheering him on. He was at the table. Everyone's trying to get a picture in his signature. Some chick fucking pulled out her fucking breast and he signed her titties.
What?
Yeah. And he was like a big deal. He wasn't even part of the band. And like until their last song, he finally went out and would just said like a couple fucking words and was banging on the fucking speaker, like hella just yelling, dude.
Man, I don't know why they're putting different music in. Before, if you wanted to go to a metal show, it was all metal. Like
Yeah.
now, it seems like they're just incorporating metal with like bitch ass indie rock, and then
It's good for business.
it's good for their business, but
Orlando-
it's bad for the audience. At least in my opinion.
Have you ever heard country rap?
I fucking hate country rap.
Dude. One of our supervisors, that's all he listens to.
I'm gonna
Name
take
drop?
my horse by
Huh?
the old
Name
country
drop?
road.
I'm not gonna name drop him, but it's the bald one.
Does it start with the D?
It does.
Ah.
That's it. It's a dead giveaway. Come on,
Yeah.
guys.
But dude, the 2 times I've been trained by that guy on anything, he's like, he gives me this lecture on how he doesn't understand why the kids these days think country rap is lame. He's like, it's just country stars wanting to do rap. Like, what's wrong with it? And
It's
then
like,
he puts
it's
it
like
on.
Indian rap, dude. I despise the shit out of that.
Indian rap?
Yeah, don't fucking search it up.
I'm so curious. I just picture like someone in a 7-Eleven like, you come get my taco, you come get my, I don't know.
Come
Sure
get the
that's not
curry.
Mexican or something.
I don't
It's a taco.
I can't do a Indian.
But yeah, don't listen to the music, dude. They all look the same fucking aviator sunglasses, freaking weird ass freaking hairstyle, bunch of gel or
How are they even showing their hair? Isn't that against their religion?
Yeah.
If you're a rapper and you're an Indian, you're already breaking a bunch of stuff. I'm assuming. Like, I don't think you give a shit.
In the
about
rap
your
music,
turban.
he's eating a piece of beef or something.
I got my steak medium rare.
I've got my steak, medium rare. Comp.
I've been seeing a lot of, like, I guess, quote unquote, famous Indian people on Instagram, especially on like the feed. Like, just they're popping up. Like,
Yeah, for some reason on Snapchat on there I get a lot of like I'm not Indian.
they're
Why are you sending me that?
They're so in love with Photoshop. I don't know what the fuck's their deal, man.
See, I purged social media for a lot of reasons.
That's not true.
So-
You're on TikTok.
TikTok is not, in my opinion, the same kind of social media. I'll agree it is a type of social media, but it's not like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. You don't really you don't broadcast things to your friends. You don't talk to your friends on there. TikTok is just like fucking the new Vine. It's just horrible videos that try to make you laugh.
Fuck it, I hate TikTok, but let's create a TikTok
We need-
podcast.
How did you guys like that clip I sent you guys yesterday?
I have not had a
The-
chance to watch it yet.
The one that said "This is gold." I didn't even really watch it.
So it's this girl who apparently is polyamorous with her husband.
What does that mean? Polyamorous.
It means you're okay with your partner dating other people and you're okay with you dating other people when you're
Polygamy.
in that. Yeah, polygamy.
Ew.
Dude, but this girl, she seemed like she was happy, but at the same time you could see through that. I felt like I could see through that, and she was just miserable. But she was saying how isn't it great watching your husband getting a text in the morning from their girlfriend, like, and she was explaining that NRE, which is like new relationship experience or whatever.
What a cuck.
Very cucky.
Wait, how does that work for, like, do they tell the other person, oh yeah, I'm married, but we don't care? Like, how does that even work? Or do they just not tell them and then, like...
No, I think it's one person in the couple initiates it and brings it up, and then just the other person just kind of follows through with it. But it's gonna come back to bite you in the end. I don't think, like, it's tough enough being like in a relationship with like just one other person.
Well, like, what I mean is, like, so they're husband and wife, right?
Yeah.
So let's say the guy is dating a girl. This girl that the guy's dating, does she know he's married?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It's yeah.
That's so weird. Like,
Indian people, right?
She was white. I don't know what her husband was.
I mean, probably white. That sounds like some white hood shit.
Speaking of hood white girls, they're crazy.
Oh, yeah. But what girls aren't crazy?
Catholic schoolgirls.
Oh, no. You get them in the bedroom, you'll find their craziness. It's all pent up inside of them. You think those girls are so proper all the time? Like, they're proper at school, church, in public? What do you think happens in private?
You know what? I'm not gonna say anything about that because they are children. So I'll stay out of this
Ooh,
one.
yeah, okay, yeah. We should change
Ooh.
the subject. Never mind. What the
Ooh.
fuck?
Steven's
did we-
like, oh yeah.
You know,
those
I
are
was
old
I
boys.
was raised Catholic, and my uncle did do some. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
I'm gonna be put on the
It's
FBI.
okay, my
watch
uncle
list.
wasn't a priest. Don't worry. And
God doesn't love you like I do.
Yeah, I wasn't an altar boy, so I'm safe in that area.
It's just a repressed memory, and you were.
Imagine. It's so repressed that it's like it never happened.
Speaking of priest, Orlando will continue playing the Outlast 2 game today. Earlier, before.
What, is there a priest in there or something?
Yeah. You didn't catch on. I was so pissed off. I was getting so mad at him.
Because
'Cause
I was
he
looking
missed-
away.
Yeah, he was looking at the dumbest shit ever and missed all the jump scares.
Okay, but how am I supposed?
Well,
I didn't know
that's-
there's no map, and another
You see,
thing that kind
that's the problem with Outlast. I think it's a bit of an advanced game for him. Since
He was too
started.
busy looking at the walls and like, no, look forward.
See, he doesn't. I don't know if Outlast is a good game for him just because he's not familiar with other.
I think he needs
games.
to play the first one. That one
Well, yeah,
is
he
more
probably
direct.
should play that one first.
I mean, it doesn't.
I mean, they don't correlate, right?
no, they don't. They're
Yeah.
completely different.
I don't see myself playing that game though.
Why? Because they have no guns and no way to defend yourself.
There's
That-
no real combat. Is that why?
Yeah.
Or-
Well,
You
you're
like-
just
You
running.
like fighting games?
Mortal Kombat. Let's play.
I'll kill you.
No. In real life or in the game?
Both.
Ooh, let's see about that one.
I'm sorry, Orlando, but I'm pretty sure Bernie would kick your ass.
I do good with Sector.
Sector. Oh, yeah.
Sector. I don't
Nah.
know his name.
If you give me Raiden or Sub-Zero, you're fucking done.
Oh, you know what? I like Raiden. That's the guy that with
I like doing his
lightning,
fucking.
right?
I like, yeah, the one with the fucking hat.
I like his spear and
You
I like
know,
the lightning.
I wonder if I could beat Orlando because I've never played a Mortal Kombat game in my life.
You would because you've
But-
been gaming since you were a
Well,
child.
that's the other thing. I have the experience in gaming. Orlando doesn't.
Just spam one button.
On it, well,
you kick
I
his ass
hate,
like that.
dude. That's like those people who play Tekken and pick Eddie Gordo just to fucking mash the controller.
That's bullshit, dude. I don't
It
like. I don't
is,
like
'cause-
people that play like that.
Like-
my brother, my little brother, he's the same way. He beat me in a fight, dude. I'm over here doing all the complex like combos, and he's just
Yeah.
spamming one fucking button.
Yeah,
He kills me.
literally. That's how some of these characters are, and it's like, fuck you.
Pissing me off, man. I
Although
hate it.
newer Tekken is a lot more
Kick your
balanced.
ass.
Like
What
the
was that?
newer Tekkens are a lot more balanced, from what I understand.
I've not played a Tekken game.
Well, I don't know if the older Tekkens were, but the newer ones are 3-dimensional. Like, you know how Mortal Kombat is just side, like left, right.
Right.
Tekken is technically 3-dimensional. You can sidestep like
okay.
left and right sideways.
Mortal Kombat versus DC was the same way.
Is it okay?
Yeah.
I don't really play those type of games. I pretty much play Smash Brothers, and that's it.
Oh. I want a Mortal Kombat versus a Marvel game
Mortal Kombat versus Marvel.
because they did it with DC. I think it'd be tight to
I
play
mean,
as Iron
all you
Man.
got to do is snap your fingers as Thanos, and you win.
Okay, give him without the gauntlet. No, I feel like he can use the gauntlet, but like use like the Infinity
I
Stones.
feel like he gets the Power Stone.
Yeah, that'd be nice. But Orlando should play sometime. Let's see if you kick my ass.
I'm down. I haven't played that game in a while. Though.
I have Mortal Kombat 10 on the PS4. I don't know if we're done with this.
God damn, they're already
We'll
at 10.
11.
Yeah,
11?
Yeah.
Shit. That's a lot of fucking. I mean, the only other series I can think of that has more games is Final Fantasy.
That's what I was
The
gonna
Mortal
say.
The Mortal Kombat storyline is very fucking weird.
I don't.
It starts
like
at 1 and then it resets at Mortal Kombat 9.
The only thing I know about it is that Sub-Zero and Scorpion fucking hate each other.
There's 2 Sub-Zeros. The first one dies.
Okay, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah, there's 2 of them. There's his older brother and then the younger brother. But it's fucked up because the first Sub-Zero fucking dies because apparently it was Quan Chi. You know who that is?
I don't know anything about Mortal Kombat.
It's a guy who can. No. Okay, then we can't get into this discussion if you don't know.
The only thing I know is they added like Jason and Freddy Krueger to the game or something.
That was Mortal Kombat 10.
Oh, okay.
They added.
Michael Myers maybe.
No, I think that
Or-
11. He came out on 11, I think.
Oh,
They added Alien. The Alien. Like,
oh yeah.
yeah, that one.
Why would you add Alien?
Because they have the
it's so-
Predator.
I was gonna say Predator would be so much better because he's more of a melee combat fighter, where Alien's more of a ranged acid kind of fighter.
Pretty sure that's one of his
I would
special
say.
moves.
And I mean, Alien is like obsolete to Predator. Like, they just get their ass handed to them by Predator. So I don't know.
When did Super Mario Kart or Mario Kart come out?
Like
The recent one.
The recent one. Well,
8, right?
Mario Kart 8 came out on the Wii U in like 2013 or something, and then Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came out on the Switch like a month after the Switch launched in 2017.
I wonder when they're gonna make a new one.
I really do want a new one. I was telling Orlando that the best chance he has at beating me in Mario Kart is to play it on launch day because we're both going into it with no information.
But if you play, you gotta play it consistently. You can't play it one time and.
Yeah, I haven't been playing it.
Yeah, I was just telling Orlando, I was like, I'm not gonna know any of the maps. Like, it's gonna be your best chance to beat me because I'm not gonna know what to do, all the shortcuts. I'm not gonna know anything.
Lando's actually improved on Mario Kart. The last time we played, he was beating me.
Oh, really?
That means it kind of made me want to go buy a Switch. Like,
Did you buy a Switch?
I really want to, but
you should, not just for Mario Kart. There's so many great games on it.
Smash Bros.
Smash Bros, Breath of the Wild. If you like Zelda games, there's Hyrule Warriors.
I've
There's
never played
Wind
Candace of
Waker.
Hyrule. Wind Waker is sadly not on the Switch. I hope it gets remastered on the Switch.
As
That
a
would
matter
be
of
so
fact,
cool.
no, that's not.
If you know what, my sister's really into this game called Animal Crossing, and they're releasing one in about a month for the Switch.
Dude, his sister's trying to convince me to get into Animal Crossing.
What is Animal Crossing?
It's
It's a game where you pay bills.
no, that's not what it is. My sister gave a bad impression to you. It's a I don't know what the exact genre is, but it's like a life simulator. It's similar to The Sims.
Okay.
You basically have a town and you control what happens in the town. Like you have like there's citizens there, you have a house, you can this one's actually really cool because there's all kinds of different things you can do that you couldn't do in previous games. Like you can reshape the landscape, you can add stairs to the landscape, you can like change how the river flows, which is weird but cool at the same time.
And you pay bills, apparently.
And you pay bills.
Oh my gosh, that's what he's stuck on. You pay bills. So there is a character called Tom Nook. He's a raccoon who loans you, like he basically helps you build a house, and he puts a loan on there for you to pay it off. But there's no interest on it, and you can choose not to pay it off if you want. Like it doesn't require you to pay it off. Like if you want to get more upgrades and expansions to your house, yeah, you got to pay it off. But
Doggy,
it's
I
just
pay
there.
bills every month. I don't need to pay bills in a fucking video game.
it's you
why
can't
would you
think of
add-
it. You can't think of it like that.
But why would
It's-
you add that in a video game?
Because that's just part of the video game.
Some people are into that.
Oh, here, let me pay some. Let me pay some.
It's
fake
literally just like a life sim. I mean, it's just part of the game.
Like right now, we're in a game,
bills. Game
This is
called
all
Life.
just
simulation.
like the simulation.
Hey, imagine if this was actually like life, where when we were gonna make a decision, you just hear like this wheel spinning, and then you either hear shit or fuck yeah. Like
That'd be
you're
crazy.
like, come on, baby, have me them children. It lands on the 10. Fuck.
It's on Apple. You should check out this game. It's called Zombie Cafe. It's a really old ass game.
I've heard of it. What is that? Just like Diner Dash?
It's- In a way, yeah. And your employees are zombies. You like infect them.
God bless you.
You okay? But
Shut
they're
the
back
fuck
there.
up. I sneezed for your guys' information,
I
and
thought
this
that was a
piece of
cough.
shit says God bless you.
Hey, it's just the thing to say.
It is not the thing to say. The thing to say is bless you, not God bless you.
Either that or what I say. I
Or-
salute to you.
Or
Shut the fuck
yeah, I
up.
like Bernie's better. I salute to you.
I salute to
Okay,
you.
so what if you sneezed and I told you
Or-
to shut the fuck up?
Yeah, you should. Like that's what I tell. Like when people sneeze and they're on like the third or fourth sneeze, like shut the fuck up already. No one sneezes that much.
Just die already,
I
bitch.
already told you bless you twice.
And except if you see an Asian sneezing, back up. They might have the coronavirus.
Ooh. Me and Orlando think we have the coronavirus right now.
We got the coronavirus.
If you guys had the coronavirus, you'd be quarantined right now.
Steven,
Cough on him, cough on him.
We're infecting you.
Infect him.
Infected.
Imagine you just hear that in like a deep voice. Infected.
Dude, I slept like 3 hours. I fell asleep like around 4 something. I was playing the bass, like I said earlier. And like what woke me up was my lung was hurting, my left lung, and I was like, "What the hell?"
His lung.
My lung.
Okay, then I may not have it because I don't have that.
I may have it.
I mean, I'm not a bitch, so
I mean, then again, the reason why I kind of feel weird is probably because I haven't eaten all day yesterday. I only had 3 slices the whole day. Today I ate some garbage stuff, and I still haven't eaten after that. That was like 12 something.
Am I hearing Mountain Mike's?
you know. Speaking of not eating, today when I had lunch, it was kind of weird. I was watching League of Legends on my phone, and I was really nervous watching this match because it was like really close and intense. And it's like it was taking away my appetite from me. I was having trouble eating my food while watching it.
You wanted to
Has
eat
that
the
ever happened to
phone.
you guys before?
Not with nerd shit, no.
Stupid ignore Orlando. But like Bernie, you ever been like
I can't relate.
like,
I'm sorry.
when you're nervous or
Yeah.
anything, does it make it harder for you to eat? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's
but not
kind of how I
because of
felt.
yes, but not because of video games.
Well, I'm just saying in general, if you're like nervous,
Yeah.
like it's like I was nervous while watching it because it was so close and intense that it was making it hard for me to eat my food.
Fuck.
Because like I didn't have my appetite. Like it went away while the game was. It was so weird. I was just like, I know I should be hungry right now. I haven't eaten since yesterday at like 6 p.m. I've gone through my whole shift today. I should be hungry right now. I don't know. It just felt so weird. I just forced myself to eat my food. So.
After you spend the money, fucking eat your fucking
Oh
food.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and then you never know when your next meal's gonna be. So.
You can always give to Carlos if you want.
Fuck that guy. I saw him get a $50 bill today for doing nothing. Like he was sitting in front of the those stores by the Chicken Shack, just far enough off our site to where it's not my problem. But this black guy walking by just looks at me like, here, bro, for some food. And he hands him a fucking 50.
Dude, you know, like $49 of that is gonna go to crack, right?
Yeah, we all know it's going to fucking crack. Another like 10, maybe 10 of it's going to alcohol, but I don't know if he's a drinker or not.
No, he's just a crackhead.
Yeah. It's all going to crack. And he's only going to get like 1 or 2 doses. He's not going to get, because crack is expensive.
Is it?
All those high tier drugs are expensive.
I don't think those are expensive.
I mean, then again, I think weed is expensive, and you tell me that it's not.
It depends on how you look at it.
Like the little amount that you showed me, the amount you said you paid for it, I'd be like, that's not even worth 3 pennies to me.
Well, okay, just to be clear, I used to get quarters, but I'm clean now, dude.
Well, yeah, like that stuff. What did you pay for that?
Like 55, 50.
Yeah, see, I look at that and I'm like, that's worth $1 if you ask me.
It's not though.
I know, like the value on that stuff is fucking stupid. Like I look at that, I'm like, that is not worth $55.
If you get cheap stuff, yeah, it's not. But I wasn't getting the cheap stuff. I was getting the good stuff.
I understand why it's expensive, but I think it's stupid that it's that expensive. Like I would never pay that much money for something so small and dumb like that. That's like me going outside and picking up some grass and be like, here, $55.
It's not the same thing.
I know, but I'm just saying that's so dumb. That tiny little thing is $55.
To be fair, it's 7 grams.
That's nothing. Like a fucking pound should be like $50 if you ask me. I understand that's like over $1,000, but no, I know. I'm just saying, like, he's giving me like a thumbs up, like it's way higher. But if you ask me, like drugs like that shouldn't be worth that much money, but I know why they are.
In 5 episodes from now, title's gonna be Orlando took LSD.
No,
I could imagine Orlando, like the next, like a couple episodes from now, the title's all Steven got high with Orlando. Oh, that would be terrible.
Orlando was dry humping the couch.
That doesn't make any sense. That was Steven that was doing that.
That was not me.
I've never dry humped the couch.
Neither have I.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Okay, let's
Not
get
gonna lie, it does sound like something you would
I've
do.
wet humped the couch, but never dry humped it.
Did you wet hump my couch?
No, that's not what I meant.
Well, if we get back on to the bullying subject, I got mine coming to me from that incident that I did. There was this one guy in high school. His name was Juan.
Daniel Burney?
No. Anyways, we were talking shit, and I don't remember what I said, but I stepped over the line, I guess. So when we went back into we were at gym talking shit, and then this was in high school, and I said the wrong thing, and he eventually just shoved me into the corner of a wall, and just wailed on me. And
I feel like nowadays people don't get their ass beat at school anymore. Like
everyone is so anti-bullying, but by you being so anti-bullying, like you're fucking the order up.
I don't know. Like I know ass kickings existed way more prevalently a long time ago, but in my entire time in high school, I saw maybe 3-4 fights, and it was usually stupid freshmen, like just the underclassmen that didn't give a shit.
The ghetto boys or whatever.
I think the worst fight I saw was in middle school, where like 2 kids started fighting and the teachers couldn't get to them right away, and one of the kids like broke 3 of this kid's fingers and like twisted them backwards. It was disgusting to look at.
Ouch.
Man, well, when I was a freshman, I don't know what caused this, but there was like pretty much like a race war going on. So for some reason,
White
the
power?
Mexicans, no, actually it was Mexicans versus Asians. Like every day they would be they'd be fighting, and eventually got to the point where like all of them met up at lunch, and they met up by the racetrack. It was a war. And everybody was excited about it, but I'm like, dude, what the hell is going on? Why are 2 minorities going up against each other like that?
You're all in the stands. Hot dogs, get your hot dogs here. Race war, hot dogs, get your hot dogs.
And I mean, I was a freshman in high school, so I didn't process it correctly. I didn't feel like I had to be part of the fight. I thought that was stupid, but like it was an everyday thing that like Asians and Mexicans would fight each other, and Asians before would be breakdancing.
Well, naturally they hate each other because they're enemies in the drug wars. They usually control different drugs that compete with each other. That's just generally how it works.
Okay, but the soccer players versus the breakdancers sounds so dumb, dude.
It's probably just from their parents, like the way they see the world. Speaking of school, I got a question for you guys. Do you guys think that teachers should keep their political views hidden while they're teaching?
Oh, yes.
Did you? Because I had not very many, at least in high school, but I've had teachers that put their political views into the teaching.
Uh-huh.
And I always hated when they did that, even if it was for my views that I agreed with. Because I feel like you're not learning, you're just listening to what they believe.
Okay, now I remember something. This is still involving school, but it was during middle school. You went to WAMS, right?
I did, yeah.
You too? Okay.
Yes, sir.
They used to do those events where they will kind of force you into the gym and you would huddle in a circle and talk about each other's like problems in life.
No.
I think your generation was too woke, dude. We didn't do that shit.
But I remember there was this one time I was so bored and I was so obsessed with
What's your experience?
what was it called? Putty? Like it was in an egg form and you would open it up, it was putty.
The farting thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was using it too much to the point where my hands got so hot, it fucking melted in my hand. And it splattered all over the floor. And the person in charge was looking at me. He was so pissed off. Oh, shit.
But your generation doesn't bully people, so they're like, it's okay, son. Accidents happen.
Dude, you're a nerd. It's not your fault.
I was a bit of a dickhead with one of those things, man. Because I remember I was laughing at something. And I know back then, I was always laughing at nothing. I just like, it'll be quiet. And I'll just break out laughing.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I've had
I'm
those
pretty
moments.
sure everyone who was in class with me found me annoying.
The early signs of schizophrenia.
Fuck you. No. But
shut up. He's talking.
Yeah, I was laughing. And then the other girl was like, everybody here has a problem, We all have things going in our life. What about you? Like, nah, my life is pretty good. And it's like, well, not everyone here. And then I remember the next one, I had a bullshit because I had a girlfriend in middle school. She dumped me like I don't know how many times. And I wanted to make her feel bad. It's like, yeah, my parents fight all the time. They argue. They're just trying to bullshit something so that she can be like, oh, come give me a hug.
Come here.
When in reality, you have like the perfect family.
I don't have the perfect family. I mean,
Let's have sex. But it was just holding hands at the time.
cream pie.
Isn't that what sex is in middle school? They're like, you hold each other's hands. That's sex, right?
Oh, they're fucking.
Oh, dude, it was, I think it was 5th grade. I had a friend told me that apparently he tried sex in 5th grade.
Tried sex.
He's like, oh, me and this girl were curious, and she took off her pants and underwear, and he took off his. And apparently, he's like, oh, does it go in there? And he stuck it in there. But I don't know if he was being, like, honest. I remember him telling me in 5th grade.
Considering the age, I would say yes, because little kids usually aren't good
They're
at
curious
lying.
about shit.
Oh, but dude, that would have been horrible. Imagine him just like busting in there.
Well, like,
No,
I don't
too young
think,
for
well,
that.
first of all, too
Yeah.
young. Second of all, they probably weren't able to get aroused to where, like, it wouldn't even be comfortable.
Not true.
He showed me the freaking bathroom everywhere where he did. He's like, oh yeah, we did it right here. We're just curious, and I stuck it inside her, and she wanted me to.
Just some little girl, young smegma having ass pussy. Ugh.
Oh, don't say that. We just got.
He pulled it
demonetized.
out and
What?
hey, he probably had smegma too if he was uncut. So
I'm pretty sure we got demonetized a long time ago. I'm pretty sure I've said fag like twice today.
I know, what a faggot. Yeah, fucking weird ass times in 5th grade, man.
weird ass times now.
It is a really weird point in time right now.
2020 is.
January alone was some disaster dumpster fire. I mean, like, so many bad things have happened in this year so far. like coronavirus, Australia on fire, and then it's flooded.
Okay, but coronavirus, come on, man. Like every
Dude.
year there's a disease.
No, but
Ebola.
coronavirus is actually disrupting a lot of things. Like a lot of China and Korea is shut down
that's
right
affecting
now.
that's affecting the PlayStation.
Like a lot of sport organizations that run in those areas are on hiatus indefinitely. Like it's actually more serious than like remember when Ebola was a big thing? I think because that was centralized in a low population area like Africa, it didn't spread as easily. So it wasn't as big of a deal. Whereas now, like with the coronavirus, I mean, China has one of the biggest populations in the world, and and it's spread rapidly over the world. I mean, it's not particularly a deadly disease.
It only kills people with weak immune
Well, yeah,
systems,
pretty
right?
much. It's like an aggressive flu, basically.
Hey,
Like-
if you're gonna die from a flu,
I mean, imagine having just pneumonia.
What a
That's
loser.
basically what it is. It's like having some form of pneumonia, I think. That's how people have described it.
This is why we should build a wall.
So but
it's fine. We'll dig right under it.
but
There we go.
it's with the amount of quarantine to try and control it that they've done, it's actually disrupted a lot of things going on in those areas. It's not like Ebola where basically it just kind of scared people for a month and then no one cared about it again.
Well, speaking of walls and the coronavirus, I want to plant something. Now, we mentioned this before, but we're going to have to change it to something else. We need to do a road trip. But what kind of road trip?
Let's go to Utah.
What is there even there to do?
You can go visit
Nothing.
my friend Ernesto.
All right. Next one.
Actually, you know what?
That's
would be
too
cool.
far. That's way too far to just go visit your friend Ernesto.
Well, a road trip is supposed to be something you do for a couple days, not just go and then come back in a day.
But we got to do crazy stuff like stories. Good stuff for stories.
You know what we ought to do is we should take off like 2 weeks from work, school, whatever, and we should go to some event on the other side of the country.
What kind of event?
I don't know, but I'm sure that there's
Just not
always
China.
something.
You
I
guys,
said the other side of the country. I didn't say leave the continent or leave the country.
One idea was camping, but we're gonna have to pass on that one. But something crazy.
Ooh, you know what we should do?
What?
I don't think Orlando would be down for this. We should go to the summer finals for League of Legends.
Fuck no.
Nah, I'm sorry, Steve. Nah.
It's really, I bet it would be fun.
Unless
No.
we can crash
It'd
it.
be so gay.
Crash it. You're going to show up and be like, yeah, let's crash this bitch.
Yeah.
Security is like, get out.
But I think we should go into we gotta do crazy stuff because believe it or not, sooner or later we will.
Let's go to Canada, eh?
Canada.
I'm down for Canada.
What are we
All
gonna
their
do in
heads bop
Canada?
up and down out there, eh?
What can we do in Canada?
What can't you do in Canada?
Fight with the snowman army or
Let's
something?
go fight the Dire Bears. I mean, everyone is friendly in Canada. You bump into somebody. Oh, I'm sorry about that.
See, if we go to Hollywood for a couple days, there's so much stuff to do there that we're not gonna.
Like,
Like
what?
what?
Stare at the homeless?
Not in Hollywood. That would be like more towards downtown. That downtown area is terrible. It's bad with the homeless.
But what would we do in Hollywood?
Yeah, like what is there to even do in Hollywood? Unless you're like rich and you care about going to those shows at nighttime, there's not really much to do in Hollywood.
Shows at nighttime? What do you mean?
I don't know. I'm sure they have a shit ton of shows at nighttime at Hollywood every day, like comedy
Deja vu?
shows, dramas, plays, stand up.
Dude, I really want to go to those stand-ups.
Well,
You
if
wa-
you want to go to stand up, I'll just stand up in here. This just in, Steven is not breathing.
We really need to plan a road trip though. Something really crazy we can do. Something
Well,
really fun.
is there any states specifically you want to visit?
Texas.
I don't care where we go. I just want to do something crazy.
If we're going to go anywhere, we'd have to do it at a time of year when school is out. That would be the biggest thing.
You're not going to school though.
Well, I'm gonna be.
But
When?
you're not though.
I'm gonna be is the point.
But when?
The fall semester.
Well, like in the
There's
fall
summer
and
classes you
spring
can-
and possibly the summer. Like the best time would be to leave like during winter break or during like a spring break or something. Or
winter break is terrible.
why is that terrible? Not like we do anything on Christmas anyways.
No, I don't give a shit about. I don't give a shit about holidays in general. But like, that's the shittiest weather of the year.
No, it's not. It's the best weather. I'm a
Well,
winter person.
it depends on where you're going, because I mean it snows, and our vehicles are not equipped to drive in the snow. And to be fair, we have you guys probably have no experience driving in the snow. I have little experience driving in the snow. And I've never driven in heavy snow. I've only driven in light snow.
Our cars can't handle snow.
Actually, you've driven in a little bit of snow, but that was extremely light. When we went to go see the Laugh Factory thing, it was snowing on the Grapevine. You remember that?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Me and Lando. Let's go camping. Be there for 2 days. I really want to go camping.
That sounds like Brokeback Mountain, though.
I really like camping though. I really want to go camping.
Cowboy butt sex.
We really need to go camping though, like just for fun. I like camping.
We need guns. We need guns, dude. I'm
No,
telling
we
you,
don't.
we do.
You
We
realize
don't.
if you go camping for 2 days, you're gonna fucking stink, right?
Yeah,
What do
you
you
smell like the woods.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
You
It
know
is
that
gross.
spray that I spray in my room? It's wood.
That's
Yeah,
not
I
the same
don't- I
smell.
don't
I
like
know
it.
it smells like cologne too.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I've gone camping many times. The smell
Steven,
doesn't bother me.
Why do you care about the smells?
Well, I mean, I don't want to just go out there and be like, "Huh, smells like Carlos."
That happens now.
What do you mean?
I don't say this to offend you, but sometimes you smelled kind of homelessy a little bit.
Well, I wish you would tell me so I could fix that.
In other
issue.
words,
I'm a good friend. I don't
He's-
want to shoot you down. And then even if I told you, you'd be like, no, I don't. Like, so what's the point?
not a homeless. You want to say that you smell like cum.
Well, then you know what I did previously. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh. But no, for real. Let's go camping. Like I'm dead.
Where do you
serious.
even want to go camping?
Dinky Creek?
Where is that?
That's. I don't know the exact location. I just know it's down that way. There's no bears in there.
What does that mean down that way?
I can't explain it. I'm
Like-
horrible at directions.
Like, it's in California?
yeah, it's in California.
What's the distance from where we're at right
It's
now?
probably maybe like an hour away.
An hour away.
About maybe an hour and 30 minutes.
What roughly where would you like? What is the route roughly?
What do you mean?
Like, do you take the 180? Do you take the 41, the 99?
The 180
Like the 180 to where?
going.
East? So towards
Like,
like Kings
towards-
Canyon?
yeah.
So you mean
there-
like
that
you
area's-
mean down past Reed where it's just like a 1-lane road?
I'm trying to remember.
Is that where you mean?
I don't remember. I just
Because like the way Kings Canyon is, it goes for a while, and then it turns into Reed, but you can turn left.
Well, it's a part where you drive up on like against a mountain. Like, you
Yeah,
just go up.
that's all the way down the one or Kings Canyon, isn't it?
So is it in the Kings Canyon like national park or national forest area? Because that
I don't know. There's campsites there. They have campsites. There.
There
That
they-
doesn't mean that there
they-
isn't animals.
they have bears out there. They have they do.
If you're gonna go camping, you have to make sure you don't store your food like. I forget. I learned this in 6th grade camp. The way you store your food, you have to do it a special way so that it doesn't attract animals.
Dude, when I went to 6th grade camp, there was a fucking bear.
I was not lucky. We didn't get to see any animals, but we heard the horror stories like of this one kid who, like they told us there was this one kid who they were doing some mini game out in the woods, and he was so stubborn on finding this last like objective marker. He ended up wandering off into the deep woods, and they didn't find him until like 5 hours later. Ugh, I can't talk. Until like 5 hours later with a fucking ultra what do they call those things the helicopter has to see through the trees for your heat signature.
The thermal.
Yeah, they used a thermal on a helicopter to find him, and it took like 5.5 hours, and he was like a good 20 miles deep into the forest.
Okay, so what I'll do, my dad knows the spot. I can ask him where it's located, and you tell me what you think of it. If you can think of anything better, because if you're really worried about animals, dude, I'll go buy a fucking combat knife.
I mean, I have a pistol.
That
I don't know
wouldn't
how
do anything
effective
against a
that is.
bear. Bears are like 9
Well,
feet
here's
tall.
the thing:
Gotta aim
the
for the head.
pistol can hold 9 rounds, and it's gonna do damage to the bear, and they're not gonna like the sound either.
Get a taser.
Oh, a taser's not gonna do anything to a bear.
Fine. hand-to-hand combat.
Okay. good
Okay,
point.
I'm gonna uppercut a
You're
bear.
not Russian. You
Again,
can't-
Oh, I'm rushing.
No,
I'm gonna
you're
be
not-
like, bah!
You're not
You're
imagining
gonna be
how big
rushing
they
to
are,
the
though.
hospital. That's
No,
what
it's
you're gonna be
It's
doing.
gonna be like that one movie, by Leonardo DiCaprio.
What movie is that?
Fucking.
He's in the forest.
I
and
know
he
what
gets-
you're talking about. It's the first movie he ever earned an Oscar on, or
He
whatever it
fights
was.
a bear. I just know he fights a
Yeah,
bear.
yeah. It was shit. Can't think of the name, but it was the first time he ever earned an Oscar.
Yeah. That's gonna be
Um,
me. Stabbing him.
Did you say dabbing him?
Yeah, same thing.
Same
But,
thing.
I went to I've been camping in Oakhurst, and that was actually pretty chill.
Let's go there.
We need guns. When I went
Okay.
with the people that I went, they had guns.
Oh, the movie was called The Revenant.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's what it was.
The place that we kept going, we go there we used to go like every summer. We never seen any animals. There was nothing. No one had guns too. No one had a gun. The most that people would bring was an axe just to chop up some logs. And that was it.
You're hurting the environment by cutting down those trees.
Okay, bitch, like you care.
I do.
You gotta care about the environment, man.
Yeah, man.
Damn hippies.
Dude, I fucking love I love South Park's portrayal of Eric Cartman against hippies. Like, have you guys seen that episode when they all come to South Park and they have that big like mosh, and Cartman like hires the engineer of South Park to make this drill, and he just drills through the crowd of hippies to get to the center.
Moshing?
Moshing.
Dude, when I was at Strummers, I thought these two people were just pushing the shit out of each other, and they looked so fucking pissed.
See, when I
I
first
thought they were fighting.
started going to shows, I was a little intimidated by the moshing, but it's actually pretty fun.
Fuck no.
It
Fuck
is.
that. And then all the chicks
Well,
were
Orlando's a
pushing each other.
metalhead, so
Fucking crackhead.
he doesn't even have the hair for it anymore. He looks like a fucking dyke now. No, I'm just kidding.
No, his first haircut, yes, it did. The one he has now it suits him really well.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, moshing, man, yeah, I never joined that. If someone tried to mosh with me, I'd uppercut them, deck them right in the face, like, don't touch me, man. That
Some-
was a
some-
real fight.
You
See,
know,
some bands will encourage people that are just standing around like bitches to be thrown
Yes,
in.
yes, that's exactly what the Death Tour people like. You motherfuckers, get in here! You guys are fucking pissing me off. And just hella spit from a distance.
I'd get up on the fucking stage and spit on him. What the fuck?
Dude, this is slightly off topic, but speaking of dykes, when the first time Orlando told me he wanted to go to Long John Silver's, he said, let's go to like LJW? No, LJS. And I was like, what the fuck is LJS? That sounds like a fucking like those people who go to cops with their camera and they think they're like social justice warriors. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
That's what I thought he was talking about when he said that. And I feel like most of those social justice warriors are fucking dykes.
They really are. Dyed
Like,
hair, like.
Yeah, dyed hair, short hair.
I don't know why they
women.
think that's attractive. It's fucking
Yeah,
ugly.
it's not.
If you're one of us, change your look, man. You look better long hair.
You know who's a good-looking dyke?
You
Ellen.
know, we're like when people say
Ellie.
that women look better with short or long hair. I mean,
I don't.
it's a thing of rebellion.
I
too.
think it depends on how short it is. Like, if they have like the Dora's length hair, like from Dora the Explorer, I think they're fine. But if they go any shorter than that,
Like
I
a
don't
dude
think-
haircut, then
I don't
just
think
like,
it's very attractive.
Dude, the last time I went to Supercuts, it's funny. I saw this lesbian couple. There was this girl with the long hair, and then there was this girl with it looked like my first haircut from when I had my long hair, and I was like, shit.
You saw her, you're like, fuck, I see
Yeah,
it.
and that's why I changed it up. I was like, no, yeah, just.
And then you're.
Oh no. Oh, dude, that pissed me off. Wait, did I tell you guys about that?
I think you
yeah,
did.
I think you did.
You did.
Yeah.
On the podcast, yes.
Yeah, I
Oh,
believe
okay.
you did.
Fuck,
Basically,
I didn't
long
check.
story short, if he didn't tell you, he told him all scissors, and then he just heard.
And then, like, when she did that already, she's like, oh, it's going to be the same. I'm like, no, it's not. My hair's going to stand up, you fucking asshole. And it fucked up for a little bit, but it's going
Yeah.
down now, so.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. You know, my hair naturally grows in a way that I hate it. Like, there's this little strip of hair in the front that just likes to swirl up like a cone.
The flamboyant, like,
And
Quiff.
The
Quiff.
like this little strain likes to swirl up in the front, and it's just so annoying because it's so hard to comb when I comb it. And
Steven
I don't
says
know
he's
why.
straight, but his hair says, I'm okay.
Oh, shut the fuck up. And I don't know why my hair does this. It never used to do this back in like high school and before that. It just started doing it recently.
It's all those butt plugs.
Stupid. No, actually, that is one area I wouldn't mind shaving because the hair gets caught on it sometimes. It's a little uncomfortable.
For me, it's just hygienic.
Hygienic.
Yeah.
I don't see how it's more hygienic to not have hair there. Besides, you don't collect as much sweat, I guess.
Dingleberries.
Yeah, that too. Like, dude,
Dingleberries?
like, you got a Manscaped, dude. Unfortunately, I've seen your pubes and
Manscaped, if you're listening, please sponsor us.
Manscaped.
No, I'm all natural.
Ugh.
It's more manly that way.
I don't like my hair. Like, I think my hair's retarded as hell, man. Pisses me off. It won't like, no matter how much hairspray or gel I put, it would just flop back the other way.
You have to let it grow out.
No, dude, the last time I had, no, hell no. The last time I had like fucking Justin Bieber hair, man. Dude, I'll never go back
Longer
to that
than that.
ever again,
Longer
man.
than that.
It was Justin Bieber hair. I would fucking flip it to the side like if I was a badass, dude. I had it real long.
What a faggot.
I was a faggot. I fucking hated it. I'm pretty. Speaking, Steven's dying over there. But, dude, I can't. Oh, dude. Then my mom. Oh, no, dude. My mom thought it would have been so dope to put fucking highlights in my hair, dude.
Why?
Oh, dude. Everybody thought I was gay that day, man.
What a douche.
I didn't want to burst out laughing on the mic, but why did I think of your dad with his long ass fucking hair?
Well, he has.
Wait.
He has longer hair.
I know, like, I don't know why when you were talking, I just couldn't stop thinking about your fucking dad with the long ass hair.
Zoop.
Stupid.
Steven, you're hard. What the hell?
I am not. Look, squishy. No.
No. Why are you looking?
I didn't look.
He
You
like
just
he
felt
turned his
like
head, but his
flipped.
left eye was like, ugh.
Highlights, man.
Pretty
Horrible.
boy with highlights. What a fag.
Dude. Gosh darn it, dude.
You know, that kid went through puberty and he still sounds like a fucking elf.
Baby, baby, baby. Oh. Justin Bieber, if you're listening, you can come on the show and defend yourself. Sponsor us.
You know, I really loved the roast of Justin Bieber, especially the Selena Gomez part. That was the best joke of the night, especially because it got a poor reaction from her on social media. I think that's what put the icing on the cake.
Dude, Comedy Central's, they've been fucking up with all their roasts. They've been garbage for a while now. It's
Why?
been a-
What roast specifically did you not like recently?
I'm drawing a blank. I'm
Like,
not-
do you just think they don't go savage enough, or what is it?
the last good one was I like the Donald Trump one.
Oh yeah, how he just sits there and takes it.
Dude, no.
Yeah.
That's one good thing about Donald Trump.
Oh yeah,
It's like
he can take a joke.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's funny
and
because they roasted him at
they roasted him twice at the Friars Club too.
some event, and they made a joke. They're like, "Yeah, Trump's never gonna be president," and they all laughed, and they showed Trump in the audience, and he just sits there like he's planning and plotting.
I think
I don't know what event it was,
Obama
but-
was the one that. Oh, it was Obama that told him that.
No. This was before he was running. This was like in the early 2010s that I saw this. Like Obama was already president, but it wasn't close to the time for him to start running to be the
No,
next candidate.
But Obama, he also took a jab at Donald Trump.
I know
But
he
he's the
did.
reason that he egged him on.
He did during his campaign. I know that, but I don't know when this event I'm talking about happened. I just know it was before he decided to run.
No, but you gotta be able to be roasted. I mean, especially if you're going for something like a presidency,
Oh yeah,
because you're gonna get roasted while you're.
Yeah, you're gonna get the most
office.
roast. I mean, shit. Obama looks more fucking well done than ever now.
Well, like, look at Elizabeth Warren. For some reason, that lady creeps the shit out of me, dude. Pocahontas over there.
Speaking of well done, let's get more steak.
Dude, I
Gosh.
love steak, but it's just so expensive.
Dude, that one place we went, man, I was over here eating his fucking
Oh.
steak fat, man. I was so fucking hungry.
Oh my
That
god.
wasn't enough.
You know, me and Bernie want to have a steak off one of these days because we're
Yes.
not sure who could eat more steak. I mean, we both claim we can eat a lot. And
I want to see.
I mean, Bernie showed he ate a lot because he ate all of his and part of Orlando's, which was like another 4
And then
ounces.
a lot of bread.
Yeah,
was a lot
but
of
then
bread.
there was the time when I had my 24. Was it a 24 ounce? What was it?
38 ounce.
No,
Oh.
not at Ruth Chris. The
Oh.
Logan's, when I had the 13 pieces of bread,
Oh, dude.
and I had their, was it a 24 ounce or what was it?
I think it was a 24 ounce.
It was like a 24 ounce steak and like 13 pieces of bread.
Dude, that bread.
And
that
I did feel like I was gonna throw up. Like I got that feeling, which is why I stopped eating bread, because there was like one more piece I didn't eat. But
Tell me you didn't like that
like-
waiter though.
oh yeah, dude, I hated it. It was like a love hate. Like I was just thinking, please don't ask us for
He
more
was
bread.
he was ready. He was
He-
bringing them. He's like, oh, these guys want
A
bread.
steak off? That we can do that as a video.
That would be fun.
And then
Like Orlando's over here with this fucking 6 ounce. Like I don't want to eat the fat.
I get a 14 ounce, but
dude,
I'm probably eating like 10 ounces of it.
the way you eat, man, and Loki pisses me off, man.
Why?
You eat so fucking slow.
I am a slow eater.
I eat slow too. I mean, we were about the same. You were the one that like fucking sped run that shit.
Dude, I was like
Dude, you didn't
30
even
minutes.
chew.
Yeah, you just fucking.
I
You'd-
did chew.
You'd be
I-
fine if you didn't have teeth. Just like fucking swallow that food.
Fucking
Dude,
eating that,
that
shit
was
like it's a
quick.
nice soft chicken patty.
I got strong chews. What can I say?
See, I have problems eating steak. Like at least the stringy parts, the ligament parts, the fatty parts. Like it takes me forever to chew it, and I usually have to swallow it because I can't break it up
I
enough.
can eat that like nothing.
Like,
I get grossed out by it. I can't.
but it depends on the quality of the steak too. Like
Yeah.
at Fleming's and Ruth Chris, that stuff was easy to eat because it was so tender. But if you go to a place like Texas Roadhouse, that stuff is, I'm not gonna say it's bad, but it's not like the best quality. And it takes longer for me to chew. And then if it's got those stringy bits in it, I usually can't break it apart with my teeth. So I have to like swallow it.
I got it. We'll fucking get big ass steaks and have Gordon Ramsay cook it for us, and then we'll get into the video.
Yeah, because we can get Gordon Ramsay to come take a shit on us.
Gordon Ramsay, if you're listening, please sponsor us and come on the podcast.
I would
Defend yourself.
love to get Gordon Ramsay on here.
It's fucking raw.
This fucking podcast sucks.
Look, man.
He's all,
Look, man, go fuck yourself.
he's like, what the fuck is a penthouse?
What does boss mean?
Uh,
What experience?
This chicken is so raw. Oh
Get
man,
the fuck out.
I loved Gordon Ramsay. He's like one of my favorite television stars. And the best part is, it's not like he's just this chef that likes to talk shit. He's actually a really good chef.
Orlando,
Like-
you know how to cook steak, right?
Yeah.
Make us a big steak and we'll do a video.
I don't know how to cook steak.
Oh, that's why we have him.
You know
He can do
what?
it.
When my friend Johnny comes to town, we should have him make us steaks because he's really good at cooking.
Fuck you, dude. I'm good at cooking. You've never had my food though.
Well, Johnny's like almost a professional cook.
Well, fuck you, dude.
No, I don't mean to be mean, but my friend Johnny, he'll season it. He'll use all kinds of cool spices. Like he'll cook it in a special way. Like trust me, his steak is on the level of like Fleming's and Ruth Chris.
Ooh, I gotta try it now.
Yeah,
I'll be
it's
the
that
judge of
fucking
that.
good.
I'm better than Texas Roadhouse, but nowhere near Fleming's.
Yeah. Who's not better than Texas Roadhouse?
For the podcast, bring your grill.
For context, when we went to Texas Roadhouse once, we got the driest fucking steak ever, and it was this like hard hunk of meat.
You got the driest steak ever.
Speaking of steakhouse, after we're done recording, let's go. On steak now.
I already ate dinner. I hate you guys.
Let's go.
I'm hungry.
Yeah, I haven't eaten all day besides like 12.
You guys are terrible.
Dude, let's go get some steak and salad. Sounds
See,
hella good.
Orlando's just as bad as you because he made me go to Denny's with him, and I ordered a steak, and I only ate like fucking 4 bites of it because of him.
He wasted about $15 of mine.
If I was,
And he did
if I was there, I
shit.
would have finished it.
Cause like he asked me like right after I'd eaten, and I was like, "You fucking suck."
It happens.
Waste of money. No, I'm just kidding.
Have you seen that video where the guy walks in with like an Xbox, a Nintendo Switch, and he made this video like a week after the Nintendo Switch came out. He's like, you get $37 and what is it, 42 cents or something?
Mhm.
He's all, a motherfucking Nintendo Switch. This shit just came out last week.
Dude,
$32.
GameStop is garbage.
Well, I mean-
they overprice their games, and it's not worth going.
They're going in the
Overpriced their
toilet.
games?
They do.
How?
Well, I don't know what you mean by that because their games are pretty much the same price
It's the
as.
same price.
It's not.
It's the same as Best Buy, same as Walmart. I mean, Amazon is slightly different because they're online. They don't really have tax. It just depends on the item, and they can sell things differently because they're not by necessarily the same seller.
Negro. Freaking Super Smash Bros. Is $48.98 at Walmart, and over there it's $60.
That's Switch games. Switch games are just expensive as fuck.
Okay,
in
Nintendo
general.
is weird. They do different deals with different companies, and Nintendo games value generally doesn't go down for years. That's the problem with Nintendo because they're the only ones that make it, so they can charge whatever the fuck they want for it.
The only console that the games will go down is like Xbox.
Yeah, like, if you look at
PS4.
any game on a PlayStation or Xbox, it's down $5 within a month.
Even in Steam, dude, they're still the same price, like $60 for like Black Ops 1. It's
oh yeah, it's
expensive.
like $50-$60 for Black Ops 1, even though that game's worth like $10.
Yeah.
But when they go on sale, they'll be on sale for like $3.
Then you're a fucking idiot for buying that
Well,
game for
well, that's the
$60
thing.
on
That's why
Steam.
you don't buy and wait till they have
Yeah,
a sale.
the way Steam works is you wait for sales because Steam has ridiculous sales on things. Like you can get $100 game for like $20. That's how ridiculous some of their sales are.
You know what I want to do? I want to put mods on World at War for my PlayStation 3.
Oh, they're really fun. I have mods on
But
there.
how do you do that?
I didn't do it. Someone else did it for me. It's complicated.
Just
Well,
go to
I don't
the-
know if it's complicated anymore because mods are getting more.
You just make like a file just for
Yeah,
your PlayStation
it's
3.
different now because back then we had to go to external websites and we couldn't do it through the Steam Workshop like you can now. So it's not as hard as it used to be, but it's different, and I don't know how to do it though. Because like before, you had to make like a zombie modding account, if you remember that website,
Yeah.
and you had to download the files. Then you had to like extract them, and back then extracting files costed money because you had to buy like WinRAR and all that stuff. And then like after you extracted it, you had to like install each individual piece, and it was a mess. Now you just go to the Steam Workshop and you pick which mod you want, but I don't know the process.
Dude, one time I told Steven, I'm like, hey, I got you a Steam card.
Oh, and I got so excited, and he was like, "I'm kidding." I was like, "Oh."
I really didn't know what Steam was.
Oh, okay. I was going to say.
Yeah, he didn't know what Steam was. He thought it was funny. And I'm like, "You did? Really? How much?"
By any chance, you know who Jason Blundell is?
No.
It's one of the Treyarch zombie directors.
You know what? Is it the bald guy?
No.
If I saw him, I might
Is it
know
the guy
who
with
he
hair?
is.
Yeah. He wears
No,
clothes
if,
too.
If I
Oh,
if
a
I
big
saw him, I might
he have a
know who
nose?
he is.
He has a big cock.
Okay.
But does he have a nose, though?
Big nose.
Oh.
We know he's not Voldemort.
Ooh. Voldemort, if you want to come on the podcast and defend yourself.
Is it Voldemort?
Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Yes.
Okay.
But,
I could never say his name right, I swear.
You know who Mr. Raffle Waffles is?
Yes, I do.
I'm pretty sure you've watched any of his.
Mr. Waffle Waffles here.
Hi guys, Mr. Waffle Waffles.
Yeah. You know, Voldemort, how do you say?
Voldemort.
Voldemort is like Harry Potter's equivalent to saying nigger. It's like
Oh.
you don't say that word.
Oh. Oh no. She's gonna be Voldemort is equivalent to beep.
don't you
No, I'm not
dare.
gonna censor it.
But like you get what I mean, right? Because they're always like, no, don't say that word, don't say that word, until like he reveals himself to be back.
Right.
Nerds.
And like even in the last book when they're getting ready to defend Hogwarts, they're like, and his name is Voldemort. You might as well say it because he's gonna try to kill you whether or not you say it. Or it's like,
I do hate the Harry Potters. Like the
Nerds.
movies. I didn't really enjoy them.
see,
They're too long.
whenever Orlando doesn't understand something or doesn't agree with something, he just immediately jumps to the nerd thing.
Nerd.
I mean,
No, I read some of the
the
Harry
same
Potter
thing could be
books.
said for you about your metal and guitars. Nerd, geek.
Yes, this is true.
Well, okay, I've read some of the Harry Potter books. Prisoner of
Okay.
Okay, what a
Azkaban.
nerd.
Hey, that's fine.
I mean, did you finish them?
yeah.
You finished every book.
No, not every book.
Then how can you judge the series?
I'm just talking
How many
shit.
books have you read?
Yeah, which books did you read too? Because it
Um,
gets way better. It kind of sucks in
The
four.
Prisoner
and
of
then after
Azkaban, not the Hollows.
Dude, he
one.
didn't even start in the beginning.
I did start at the beginning. I don't remember what they're called. I read them a long time ago.
The Philosopher's Stone, or in America, the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah.
The
The
Chamber of
Sorcerer's-
Secrets. The Prisoner of Azkaban. The Goblet of Fire.
I didn't
Order
read
of
that
the
one.
Phoenix,
I didn't read that one.
the Half-Blood Prince, and then the Deathly Hallows.
Motherfucker, what's up with this chick writing all those fucking books?
Well, that's the main series. There's The Cursed Child, which is a spin-off. There's Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which is like a prequel. And there's a second and third to that, but I don't know the names.
I don't know what movie. I don't know if it was Order of the Stone, where it was this one guy.
Order of the Phoenix.
Order of the Phoenix. There we go. He had Voldemort in the back of his head or something. What movie
That's
was that?
the first one. Basically, Voldemort was out in the woods latching on to life forms to sustain his life. And the professor found him and agreed to let him live off his body, basically, which is why he was drinking unicorn blood to sustain Voldemort's life. But I forget the exact reason, but Harry had some kind of curse on him, which is why he deteriorated him by touching him to where Voldemort couldn't touch him. That's why in the Goblet of Fire, when they remake his body, they have to take Harry's blood to break that curse
Right.
so he can touch him now.
Hey, what about the movies? I've only seen like the first movie for the Harry Potter series or franchise. But what's up with the part 1 and then part 2? That's kind of bullshit on a movie.
At the time, because there were so many details, they couldn't fit it all in one movie without it not making sense. It would have made the movie like 4 hours long, which is kind of long unless you consider like Lord of the Rings.
Unless you're Avengers Endgame.
Well, this is way before that, so we're not thinking of that. So that's why they split it up into 2 movies, not like the way Twilight did or all these other movies did, like Hunger Games for money. They did it for the story purposes, not for the money purposes.
Thank you for answering my question.
Like,
Well
I mean,
appreciated.
I'm actually glad that Avengers didn't split up their movie because they easily could have.
Yeah.
Because their movie was 3 hours something long. But I'm glad they didn't.
What's the longest movie you guys have seen?
Lord of the
Avengers.
Rings.
How long are the Lord of the Rings?
If you include all the extended content, like 4.5 hours each one.
Then yeah, that would be the longest one. I've
4.5.
watched.
Each one.
But the thing about those films, they're really enjoyable. So
Oh, yeah.
and it goes by quick, so you can't even tell if it's 4 hours.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't even feel like 4 hours watching Avenger, 3 hours watching Avengers.
Yeah.
I guess for me, it's like mobster movies. The fucking Godfather series.
I've never
Shit.
seen it.
Good movie.
I've heard it's like the perfect movie. That's what people tell me.
Then the Scarface movie. I think
Scarface. Is that a horror
Scarface.
movie?
no, Scarface with Al Pacino.
What is that?
I'm pretty sure you see the meme. Say hello to my little friend. It's a guy holding a Tommy gun.
I've heard it, but I don't know what it's from.
Dude, every other word was fuck. me and my friends a couple years ago, we thought it'd be a good idea to drink every time they said a curse word. Big mistake. We went through like a 36 pack at least,
Oh,
and it was bad beer. It was
That's-
Budweiser.
that's almost as I've only played one drinking game before, and it was bad.
What
Me
game?
and 2 of my friends were playing League of Legends, and we're like, okay, every time one of us dies, we have to take a shot.
That's a
By the end of
terrible
the game, we had all taken like 35 shots in total, not each, but it was like a total of 35 shots, which is like what, 13 each? I don't remember what we were drinking, but let's just say we were fucking wasted by the end of it.
That
Well, for me, I've never played one because I can't. I'm not old enough yet, guys.
oh yeah, don't drink alcohol till you're 21.
Well, I can't. I'm not allowed to.
Good boy.
Drugs
boy.
are bad, okay?
Okay.
Alcohol's bad, okay?
Don't do mushrooms.
Don't do mushrooms. Don't do pot.
Don't wear a Marshall
Adderall's okay.
notification hat or amplification. Actually,
If you want to solve like the theory of life, just do Adderall. I mean, no, I'm just kidding.
LSD.
Isn't that like a school? No, that's LSU. Never mind.
What the fuck?
Louisiana State University.
Sweet home Alabama.
Is Louisiana in Alabama? No.
No, but
You just try to go for the.
yeah. So I'm gonna buy a new gun, but not soon. One of my friends is gonna sell me his World War II rifle. I don't know how to say it. It's the one from World at War. The
M1 Grand.
no, the
M-
Russian one. Mosin something.
The Mosinov.
It's the hyphenated
It's a
double
bolt
word.
action
Yeah, the
rifle.
bolt action rifle.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
With a sniper scope on it. He's gonna sell it to me
Oh,
for
shit.
$1,000. It's official Russian, even has the sickle and cross
When
on
are
it.
you buying that?
When I have the money, but he's gonna sell it to me.
Oh, shit.
Because he doesn't want it.
Does this person's name start with a V?
It does,
Okay.
but he doesn't want it anymore, and he said he'd sell it to me for $1,000. So that's gonna be my first rifle, and I'm really excited to use it.
Actually, when I turn 21, I'm probably gonna invest in a pistol.
You should.
Yeah, I'm gonna get myself one.
Everyone,
Dude, if-
everyone should own a pistol. It's their right to own a pistol. You should all get concealed carries so you can protect yourself. That's my opinion on the matter.
As
but
it is, because I'm wearing this hat, and for people who can't see, I'm pretty sure people have seen me on Instagram with photos of a gun on my hat. People at school, I can't tell if people think I'm attractive or they think I have a fucking gun on me or something. I don't know what it is.
Well,
It's
if you had a gun with
Just
you at
give it a-
school, you'd be committing a felony. But
with a gun on my hat?
no, like if you had a gun at school, like an actual gun, you'd
Right.
be committing a felony, unless you're authorized to carry.
How do you get authorized to carry?
Like if
You
you're a police officer,
oh,
like an on-campus police officer, or you're on campus. I don't think most schools have armed security, but if you are authorized to be armed security on a school, you could do that too. But
Right.
yeah, it's like against a penal code, and if they catch you, I believe it's a felony. So goodbye to your weapons. Because if you've ever committed a felony, you can't purchase any firearms.
I've never committed a felony. I'm a good
Oh.
boy.
You know they have armed guards at the Apple Store now because some
They-
dude ran in and took like 6 iPads and
They-
ran out.
Dude, they have
What a
police and
legend.
they have PD.
What a
in there.
true legend.
That's a true legend right there.
They have
Yeah.
PD.
Oh, I
in there.
know. That's what I
Yeah.
meant. An armed guard.
Armed guard.
Yeah, they have a fucking police officer that guards the store all day just because some dude ran in and stole a bunch of equipment, like thousands of dollars of Apple products, and
Just
ran
walked in, snipped them,
out.
and
He
then-
ran in, grabbed a bunch of Apple products, and ran out. Just ran for it.
Dude, what a guy.
I believe he got away too.
Lucky
Although the
guy.
problem with Apple products is they're going to know which ones are missing based off their numbers, and they're just going to deactivate them remotely.
Hmm.
That's the I mean, Apple has really good security when it comes to that. They're basically going to make them useless, just, except for being offline tablets. But
You can sell them, scam them.
I guess, but he's got to do cash and have no traceable like background, which is
Mhm.
already sketchy, like Craigslist, basically.
Dude, I remember hearing about those retards that would try to buy like an iPhone through like Craigslist. And when they actually opened the box where the phone was supposed to be in, it was just
Oh yeah, it's just like a rock, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then like when they go back, the Craigslist profile doesn't exist anymore.
what
a
kind of a
smart guy.
fucking what kind of a fucking idiot is just gonna give somebody hundreds of dollars maybe and not check the box?
I mean, what kind of idiot responds to those Saudi Arabian prince emails?
Me?
There's people out there that are dumb enough to do it. So I mean,
Speaking of Craigslist, should we talk about our experience with Tinder?
Tinder, I fucking hate you for that. So me and Daniel jokingly made I don't know if you already had one, but I jokingly made a Tinder account to compete with Daniel to see who could get the most swipes. And after like a day, he had like fucking 4 swipes already.
4 matches.
And we both had the app for a month. And after a month, I had no matches and he had a total of like 15.
What was this? I mean, fucking Orlando.
Wow, fuck you.
Anyways, but yeah, so I was pretty pissed. I was like, wow, I didn't get a single swipe, not even from some ugly redneck chick or something, you know?
Oh man,
It just shows you that I'm supposed to be forever alone.
let's get back on it right now. Let's download it.
Hell no. That's a form of social media, right?
Orlando, me and you.
I don't like the idea of Tinder though.
It's fun. It's like a game.
But
You know, when I
Who's
see
your
people
character?
say they got married off of Tinder, I'm just like, how?
they
banged.
met up, they banged up, they're like, ooh, I like
This
this.
is good,
They
and-
continue to bang, and then eventually he's like, oh, this one's a keeper.
And
But-
then like 2
but
years
there's
into
a-
the marriage, she's like yelling
She's on
at him in
Tinder
front
again.
of like the 2 babies they have, and he's slapping her while he's drunk, and
And she's back on Tinder, and she's going behind his back, and
on the bio.
and then I discover them cheating on my dad, and I'm just kidding.
Oh, we're gonna turn away from that one. Oh man, I got
Steven-
the coronavirus.
I have this idea about a podcast. We bring your mother on.
No.
Before, shut up. Let me finish. I just want to name the title of the episode The Steven Chronicles. And I just want to ask, I want to interview her about questions about you.
No.
think it'd be
Just
an
no.
interesting podcast.
If you
her-
want to interview her questions about me, you can do that off the record. Write down her answers, and then we can talk about it on the podcast.
Dude, she like just came out and said that she took you to go get tested if you were autistic when you were little.
She didn't say it to me. I overheard it.
She said it to no, she said it to us.
Wow. Fucking bitch.
Oh. Fuck.
That's almost as bad as when she asked Ernesto. She said something to Ernesto behind my back and on Snapchat, and he took a picture of it with another phone and sent it to me.
What did she say?
I don't remember what it was, but it was something like, I think I made a really fucked up post on Facebook, and I think it pissed my mom off because I think I pissed her off in the comments or something, and she happened to message Ernesto about something like completely random. And my mom brought it up while talking to Ernesto, and that's when Ernesto sent me the screenshot saying she was talking shit behind my back.
I think the idea of having Steven's mom on the podcast, at first it seemed like it would be funny, but I know it would turn into a massive argument.
That's why I don't want her on
Look,
here.
it could be an argument if he makes it about that, but I'm
Well, the other
interested in
problem is
interviewing
I'm
her.
very vulgar and offensive, and my mom, while
She drops the N-bomb.
she's from a different era where she
drops the
thinks she's
N-bomb.
not racist, but she is racist.
Oh, she'd be perfect.
But like, no,
Dude,
no,
I dropped the N-bomb jokingly and she chuckles.
no, like, but she says it and she means it though. That's the problem. Like her and Phil, they'll just like, he'll come home from work sometimes and be like, "Oh, I sold a car to another nigger" or something like that.
Jesus.
Like, and then they'll both laugh about it. I'm just like, how is that funny?
Phil, if you're listening to this, you can come on the podcast.
Can you
and defend
sponsor us?
yourself. Sponsor us, please.
But like, it just
He'd be
irritates
drunk
me.
on the show.
He would be, dude.
He
Dude,
would
they
be
drink
smashed.
every night. And then last night, I thought they were fighting, but they were just like laughing loudly. It was weird.
They're tired of fighting, so they just laugh it off.
Let's get Phil on the podcast.
No,
Seems like an interesting character.
no.
So
But if you want to interview my mom, you can do that just off the record, and then we'll bring her responses and talk about it on the podcast. I'm fine with that, but I don't want her here in
I'm
person.
trying.
He's
What I'm
trying to be
trying
an
to
interviewer.
what I'm trying to
interviewer.
do with this podcast is get my interview skills going up.
That's fine. You can interview her, practice on her, and then we can talk about it.
Practice on her.
Oh my gosh, no.
Boing.
No, you have baby penis according to her.
Bigger than her
Dick.
husband, so
Huh?
bigger than her husband.
I mean, we know he's definitely a grower, if anything.
Oof. What is it? What do you mean by that?
Well, I told you guys one day when I came home from work, like he was passed out on the couch with his dick out, right?
The fuck?
Yeah, I was
he took
disgusted.
a picture. He was disgusted and he took a picture.
I was gonna show you guys in person just because I was so disgusted, but I ended up deleting it because I couldn't stand to look at it every time I opened my phone. It probably wasn't the right thing to do either, but I mean, why do I give a fuck?
Oh,
What kind of a reaction is that? Oh, his penis. Here.
goes upstairs.
I mean, I have pictures of my other dog's penises too.
That's weird.
That's weird. Goes upstairs, pulls out the butt plugs. Oh man!
Oh my gosh, stop.
Benji.
No, don't
Phil,
you dare.
Phil.
No, don't you fucking dare. Ugh.
I feel like we need to be a little more offensive.
We're taking it there. We
Yeah.
took it on this one.
A little more in the next one.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yes, we gotta go all out.
So
But then again,
what's
next
more offensive than saying, you know, the N word?
What are we gonna say?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Chink. Oh,
That's not even offensive.
it is. Shane Gillis. He's a comedian. He's like, I don't want to say far right, but he's definitely a conservative comedian. He got hired for SNL a couple. I don't know if it was a year ago, but less than a year ago. And then those social justice warriors just sent a clip of him saying "chink" on a Legion of Skanks podcast, and they canceled him for that.
What
Which
does
is
that mean?
It's just the Asian equivalent to nigger.
Oh, okay. That's such a weird word.
But I mean, no one cares. I mean, Saturday Night Live is just run by a bunch of liberals. I wouldn't care if I was him.
SNL is garbage, dude.
It is garbage. they're never good anymore. My mom said they used to be good, but I have a hard time believing that.
Pete Davidson, get the fuck out of here. Go kill yourself, man. You're already gonna do it.
What's his name?
Pete Davidson?
If you want to come on the podcast, defend yourself.
He's gonna stink up the fucking area like fucking
Is
weed.
Pete Davidson the reoccurring black guy?
What? No. Pete Davidson is the guy that was dating, I think, Selena Gomez, and then he went in like a suicidal kind of...
I don't know who that is.
If you see him, you'll know who it is. It's just this, like, nerdy white guy. I think he's nerdy.
He's white and nerdy.
Cut that out.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That's all the time. I'm gonna look at the watch.
The imaginary watch. Oh, it's 1:30. No, I'm not doing that joke.
Alrighty, well, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we'll see you in the next one.
On the new
BOS Penthouse Experience. Rated 5 stars. Bye. Please leave a rating. I know you guys are listening. Leave a damn rating so I can read something at the beginning.
We want feedback. I mean,
Yes,
we can't
please.
get better if you guys don't leave us feedback.
Yes, please. And then there's a commenter, Henry Tellis. You're always leaving a comment on YouTube videos. Much love to you.
Shout out.
Shout out to Henry.
Shout out to you, my man.
Henry, if you want to come on the podcast, you can.
She's all, I live in Canada. We're like, well.
We'll get you out of here some way. But anyways,
Steven will fly out here.
Oh, heck no.
oh, you'd have fun with him. But anyways, leave a like, subscribe, leave a rating, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
See you guys.
Bye.
Faggots.